did dinosaur actually exist, or did Big Bang actually exist? It happened, or maybe on Earth, like did dinosaurs can actually fly? Did they have fur? Or they want to confirm they can go back.
Well, I can still accept the part where you mentioned about dinosaurs, like whether dinosaurs exist or not. But about the Big Bang, just imagine you just go back to the beginning of the universe,
You're dead.
and like there's literally nothing, and you will be dead. But the thing is that time travel is very fictional. Also, theoretically, it's kind of possible.
Yeah.
But the point is that you will not want to go back in time.
Wow. Well, you mentioned you know everything is gonna happen, but as soon as you go into that timeline, knowing what's gonna happen, that will not happen. Well, they say it's not rocket science. Well, it actually is.
Welcome back to the Rocket Science Podcast. Today we are diving into the most mind-blowing topics, dimensions, and time travel, and also a little bit of black hole.
Yeah. Well, it definitely largely influenced the movie Interstellar. We're going to tell some of the things that is used in Interstellar movie, some of the theories that is used, and we're trying to break it down a little bit for many people to actually understand the movie and some laws of physics as well.
Yeah, because there are so many mind-bending topics from that movies, and we still haven't over yet.
Yeah.
So let's dive into it.
Yeah. So first of all, the first one I think we should talk about is time travel, because that's where it's firstly introduced before dimension things.
Yeah.
So for time travel in the movie, it include like they're going through the wormhole to travel into the very far away. Well, if for a normal spaceship with the normal speed we have, the highest speed we have, we cannot reach to there with that slow amount of time. That they reach to the planet by a few hours, or maybe a few years they can arrive there. But actually it will take like many light years, which will like eventually you will die. You can't even reach there. Well, so through the wormhole you can actually go there. So,
actually, they didn't go directly to there. They just bent.
That's how wormhole works.
That's how they reach there faster.
Yeah, that's how the wormhole works.
Yeah,
wormholes are like kind of a connection between some points of the universe. It's like a portals. It's like portals that we use if we see it lots in the movie. It's almost like a portal.
Okay, so your take is like time travel is possible.
Yeah, it's kind of possible because but back in the time, Einstein firstly introduced the theory of relativity and the existence of black holes. Many people and many scientists didn't believe him. He showed the calculations, and many scientists trying to prove him wrong, say that it's impossible to have black hole. Black holes, like his first view, black hole is a thing that absorbs everything, even the light. So it sounds like that's impossible. How would this thing exist?
Well, it's a
they don't believe that
massive
Death Star explode to become a black hole.
Yeah,
but they didn't know that, so they didn't believe it. Einstein didn't say that just by looking. He knows by calculation. He didn't see that. He never saw a black hole. He knows by calculation. So it's possible. So
it's brilliant.
Yeah, that's extremely brilliant. So years later, they actually found a black hole and they started to believe it. Also, wormhole. He also found out there are a black hole in the universe, but still we haven't found the black holes yet. But we believe it because we already have the evidence of the black hole. So wormhole has to exist.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
After the black hole, after we have found the black hole things, now people are claiming that there should be a white hole too.
Exactly.
So that's a different story. But right now it's like you said about this black holes is kind of things that absorbs everything that how people believe, right? So there is also one clash between scientists. Like scientists still can't fully prove it, like, or maybe theoretically or scientifically they can't like the places kind of totally break. Science doesn't work. Like they explore what's what's inside in the center of the black hole. And then they said like they name that whatever is it inside that black hole is a singularity. So that's where science stops. Like, it's kind of crazy because the Einstein theories and also many scientists facts and theories are kind of have glitch in that singularity because they can't prove what exactly is that and what exists in there. So they are still figuring out that, and if we're gonna explore more deeper, then maybe we will transcend, to that point where we can't, like, where science doesn't work anymore. Like, it's like the universe is like, okay, wait, this information is not for you. It's like this information isn't ready for the human beings. Something like the whole universe and the whole space has some kind of session label, like restricted sessions, and you can't explore this. Scientists are still working on it. I'm kind of interested in that singularity because that's related with so many things like time dilation and also time travel things and everything.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't use it as that's where science stopped, because science and physics works everywhere in the universe, including in the black hole. But in the black hole, there's a different science and physics, not the science we know on Earth. In the universe, there's a different kinds of physics. For example, in the movie, it's that the person, the actor, goes into the black hole and gets to another place.
In the reality, data and information, like
he wants to go to another place, but in reality, you cannot go near the black hole like that. You will die. As I mentioned in the last video, you will be spaghettified. You will be a strand of atoms. You can't survive. But there's a movie, so they're trying to make it a little bit of drama or something. So, well, it relates with it sometimes relates with the time travel. The physics works a lot different and near black hole, and when you get closer and closer, the physics start to work slowly, and the time slowly, and the time completely stop.
It's not the time is getting slower. The time is also getting slow, but it's the thing that happened near the black hole is the time is completely distorted. It's like so many glitch happenings and so many overlap things happening. That's where you will confuse when you watch the movie about in one specific scenes. There is a handshaking scenes. Dr. Brand said that okay, wait, I saw a figure, but she can't define what exactly this figure is because the time glitch is so fast and so quick, and it's overlap. Like near that black hole, the time is completely corrupted. So every moment are becoming like overlap, and you can see a friction or a glimpse of a moment that has already happened. So I think that's how Dr. Brand meet a figure. That's literally a Cooper from the future. So that's where like most of the people are confused, and they have to pause and go to the YouTube to watch and explain these things. So that's explaining a lot about how time works.
Well, in order to understand the time traveling theories, we've seen in many movies that they have the time machine. They type on the years they want to go. Like, for example, you want to go back to 1955.
The best example about time travel is the Marvel. Like when we talk about time travel, you like most of the people were only like, especially today's generation, they will only know about Marvel movies. Marvels, the Avengers, and these time travelers are so exaggerate, in that movie. But that's not the true how time travel works. It's just totally completely fiction. There's a little bit of science and a little bit, but just a tiny bit, and the rest are just fictions.
Well, the thing they use in the Marvel time traveling is that they type in
the past.
They change it, but you can't change it. But you create another multiverse.
Multiple timelines.
But this is not about multiverse. It's about time traveling. Multiverse is a different thing we can talk about. Well, the time traveling thing is about they type in the coordinates of the time they want to go, right? The years, like they want to go 1950. They type in the year, and then they want back to the time. But in reality, you can't only do that. You can only do with the time. How do you say? Only time machine. You need a space time machine, because you need to in order to understand. Like, let's take it this way. There's Earth. You want to go back a month ago, 1 month ago in time. You type in the time, and where if a time machine, let's assume the time machine actually works, you can go back to time, right? You type in 1 month ago, you go back to the time, you'll be in empty space. You know why? Because the Earth is rotating the sun. 1 month ago, the Earth is not there. It's somewhere around the other place, right? You will be in space. You're dead. You can't go 1 month ago, 2 months ago. You can't go 6 months ago, but you can go 1 year ago. 1 year ago, the Earth will be back into the place.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Yes. But I don't think.
That's how it works.
If let's say that's real, and you go back to 1 year ago.
Yeah.
And how are you gonna come back? You can come back anymore.
Yeah, you can't. That's a different franchise. You cannot come back.
Yeah.
You cannot come back. You can't come back to this timeline. As long as you go into another timeline, it creates a different timeline that is different from your original timeline. It creates different multi timeline. So you cannot go back. If you go back to another time, you'll create another timeline. You can never go back to your original one.
Yeah,
anymore.
It's like
it's one time travel.
Yeah,
you can go one time.
That's completely crazy. I mean, I don't understand why people want to go back in time and this kind of thing, exploring. Like, we have already, like, let's say a child was born, and that child grow up, and he grew up, and then we gave that child data from the past we have learned. Yeah. So basically, that child is going to the past,
knowing what's going to happen.
Already know what happened, what really happened in the past. Yeah. So what's the point of we going back in time, whether to know whether this works or not? Because we have already, like, we know that we can't change the past. Yeah. We know that we can't come back to the future. So what's the point of going back to time? Like, you can't change anything.
Well, some people wants to know something. Maybe it involve a lot of like famous history things that they want to know. Like, did dinosaur actually exist, or did Big Bang actually exist? It happened, or maybe on Earth, like did dinosaurs can actually fly? Did they have fur? They want to confirm they can go back.
Well, I can still accept the part where you mentioned about dinosaurs, like whether dinosaur exists or not. But about the Big Bang, just imagine you just go back to the beginning of the universe, and like there's literally nothing, and you will be dead. and just let's say that Big Bang never happened. Like, I just imagine, like, that. I mean, I understand the universe is expanding.
Yeah, that's constantly expanding.
Yeah, constantly is expanding, and that's real. Yeah. But about the Big Bang theories, that's different things. That's the different stories that they made up, or maybe that's the figure of expanding. They just they just gave the example or something like that. But the thing is that time travel is very fictional. Also, theoretically, it's kind of possible.
Yeah.
But the point is that you will not want to go back in time.
Why? Well, you mentioned everything is going to happen.
Yeah.
But as soon as you go into that timeline, knowing what's going to happen, that will not happen anymore. Everything will change in that timeline, because you can't know what's going to happen in the future. It will automatically change. That's how physics works.
Well, but in the movie, let's just take an example in Interstellar movie. Cooper trying to change the past by by sending the code, like Morse code, by using the Morse code.
But that is not just normal time travel. That is involve a dimension.
Yeah, but just put aside dimensions a little bit. We focus on the time travel right now. So the thing is that he tried to change his past by sending Morse code, saying like "stay," to his daughter. Yeah. But at the end, he realized that he can't change the past. So what he did next is just send the location, send the binary codes where the NASA exists. Yeah. So that's how he can reach back to the place, and everything just place well settled, and so that's literally showing that time you can't change the past, and you can't everything is already like already set up and already written. That's how you can say that. I mean, even if you're like Cooper was literally inside the Tesseract, inside the timelines, and but still he doesn't have free choice. He doesn't have free will. He can't do anything. He can't change the past. He can't he can't change the future or anything. He can only do what he within his limit, what he has given to him, the permission. That's crazy. I mean,
because everything has a barrier.
Yeah, that's the link.
Dimension, because of dimension too.
That's how you can link between that limit and singularity. That's how it's connected, because singularity that scientists mention is something beyond science. Like they don't know what is it. They don't know what exactly is that. That's why they gave the singularity. So when we go back to what we have mentioned, we have limit. Humans have limit, and we can't cross our limits, and we can't do anything out of permissions. So it's kind of like
it's kind of free will, but it's not free will.
It's
free will, but with limits. You would say that.
That's kind of a limited edition.
Yeah, if you actually think about it, we are actually right now, we can time travel to right now by looking at the sky. You know what? Look, what will you see if you look at the sky at night? Stars, yeah. Those stars are not the stars right now. Those are billions of years
already dead.
ago. They might be dead, or they might be moving.
Most of them are.
They might be dead, or they might be moving to other places. So we're basically looking at the past by looking at the sky. We're also time traveling.
Also, another way that you can do a time travel is just by literally going travel through the world. Because right now this is like Asia is night, right? So in Europe it's morning. It's literally daylight, so you can go to that part, and it's kind of basically manipulating the time. I'm not saying that it's a time travel, but that's part of the thing.
It's a different time
zone and different timelines. It's kind of a time travel. Like you can go like you literally pause these times, these Asia times, and you are literally living in another different time zone. So it's kind of a link. Right?
Well, time travel. There's also another fascinating thing about those time traveling about the stars. As I mentioned before, we can see those stars are from the past. So if we had a way to those stars have planets too. From those planets, put big mirrors on the planets, we can see back, and then they had these planets since in those billions of years ago. But if you see right now those planets, those stars, if we can zoom into those mirrors, we can see back to the time where dinosaurs actually exist. So we're basically looking at the past just by looking at the stars. If they have a way, as I mentioned, as I told before, if they have the way to put those mirrors, that's a fictional one, but this is understanding the theory. But just to understanding the theory, we can go back to the time just by looking. We can look at the back of the time. We can look back to the past by looking at the sky, because the stars are billions of light years away. So it takes a lot of years to reach to our eyes. That's why there's basically also time traveling too. So we are also always doing that. We didn't actually notice what is it. But to actually time travel, as I mentioned, we need space traveling too, not just time traveling. So as an example, you can only go back 1 year exactly, or 2 year, 3 year. You cannot go back to 1 year and 3 days, 1 year and 4 months. You'll be in space. Also, that's because the Earth is moving around the sun. Also, the universe, the Milky Way galaxy, is also moving. Even if you go 1 year, you'll still be back behind those galaxies, because the galaxy itself is moving. Okay. Also,
so you're never gonna make it.
The universe, the galaxy is inside the universe. Also, that whole universe is also moving. So, however, time machine that works to our understanding in our movies, the movies we watch, it's all impossible. We'll always be in empty space. And empty space. So in order to achieve that, we need space traveling machine too. Space and time traveling. We need to know. We need to get the machine that can actually transport our whole body into another location.
Yeah.
Also
that's
another
kind
time.
of basically like a portals or like teleporting. Like, I mean, it's like it's more than that. But when we mention about time travel, when we talk just randomly about this time travel, the first thing that people think is about portal. Like you know, when if you play about Plant and Zombie, you see you there's this tiny portal that the ghost can go through. You know, one if you shoot something through that portal and it doesn't go straight, it will reach to another line, and that thing will shoot to another people. So that kind of things, you know. So it's like that's the visualization. You know, we see as a portal. Time travel is a portal. Like you can just basically a portal will appear in front of you and you can just go through the door. You know, it's like a Doraemon wishing door. It's like that. You can go through the door and you will reach wherever you want, wherever you want to go. So that's kind of, but it's complicated. It's more than that. It's more way too confusing.
That's why the wormhole is the realistic theory that we can actually time travel, because the time in space work like bending. The time we can bend, so we can bend the time. The wormhole is bending the time to let us reach to another destination without taking the time that it should be. Instead of taking millions of light years, we can reach there by a couple of years. That reduces a lot of time. We can reach there faster.
I have like 2 a.m. questions. It's like, you said that dinosaur we can see through the mirror. Like
if they have
mirrors, we can see through the mirror whether dinosaur exists or not. I think the word dinosaur itself is not real.
Why not?
I mean, it's like made up.
Every word is made up.
Yeah, every word is made up. Literally. Like dinosaur is like before any visualization. If you tell a child without any visualization that dinosaur, what do you think that child will think in the first
They don't know what is a dinosaur.
What is a dinosaur? So that's the thing, is that we have seen. It's true that scientists found some data and some facts. You know,
you suggest that dinosaurs are real
from the past. No, I'm saying that there must be a creatures, some kind of weird creatures, like in the beginning of the Earth. You know? But I don't think that's how they look. How we draw.
Scientists actually debate a lot of things, but the naming is, you can name everything.
I mean, naming is
you can
not
name everything.
A problem,
if you tell the child book without showing what is a book, he won't know what is a book. The words water, you won't know water until you show the water. That's how it works, because the word, we can create any word, but the picture, the figure of the dinosaurs, scientists are still discussing. Like some say that dinosaurs have fur. Well, we see in the movie they don't have fur, right? They're plain surface, but they used to have fur. Still discussing still and researching a lot. We still haven't figured it out yet.
Yeah, but that's not the point. That's my 2M questions.
So another thing about is dimension. Right. So in order to understand dimension, we need to start from first dimension, basic one. First dimension. What do you think is the first one dimension? What do you think is one dimension?
It's linear, straight.
One line.
No, just one line.
Straight one line.
You can go front and
back.
Right and left, I guess.
No, it depends on how you draw the line. If you can draw like this, or you can draw like this. Just one line, you can draw like this. For example, you can draw like this. You can go from this to this, like this, only this. You cannot go up and down. You can go left to right only. That's one dimension. For two dimension, you have a square.
It's like a flat.
Yeah, still flat. Square, but you can go left to right and up and down. Left to right, up and down to everywhere. But you can go. You can also go diagonally in the square.
But there's no depth.
There is no depth. There is no width. There is width. There is no depth. There is no volume inside there. So a 3D creature, if there's in some cartoons we can see that if 3D creatures actually looks like is we can see the 3D creatures in front, but when it goes sideways, it completely disappears. because it has no volume, it has no width, it has only surface. If we go the sideway like this, from this to go like this, if they move 90 degree, we won't see a single thing no more. It will disappear because they're 3D. They don't have the volume. They don't have the mass. They only have flat surface, completely flat
It's
surface.
2D, I guess, because we're
That's
living
2D.
in the 3D dimensions.
Yeah. I'm talking about. Yeah, I already understand 3D.
Yeah.
We should do 2D too. So
Yeah.
that's how 2D works. Also, for us 3D, we are living in 3D, but we see things in 2Ds only. We cannot actually see what's in 3D because our eyes can only see what's in 2D. 3D can see 2D, 2D can see 1D, like that. 4D can see 3D.
Yeah, it's
like
like
that.
You know, someone explained with this analogy, like our shadow. You know, our shadow can't see us, but we can see our shadows. You know, like when we go outside, the sun directly reach upon us, and there's a shadow. But that shadow is just say that it's a 2D.
That's 2D.
But we are 3D.
Yeah.
So we can see that shadow, but that shadow can't see
Cannot
us. So
see
that's
us.
So that's how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, will you believe that if there is a 4D creature, 4-dimensional creatures, if they exist, they can actually see through our body.
Yeah, that's crazy actually, but
that's
actually, not proven yet.
Yeah, that is mathematically proven, because we cannot see the 3D creature. You cannot only believe that actually if you actually see with your eyes. You cannot see 4D creatures with your eyes, but you have to believe they exist. Because the calculations.
It will be a higher dimensions, like higher dimensions beings. They can transcend beyond everything, and they can see, let's say if there is a 40 creatures, 40 dimensions, and like higher dimensions beings, and they will be seeing us
everything inside our body.
Everything through times and space. You know, it's like in Interstellar, the movie. In the movie literally showcase about that, but in the movie it's about fifth dimensions. But that's a 2014 movie, so it hasn't 40 hasn't like completely proven yet. So they didn't include that thing. So in there, like when Cooper fell into the tesseract, the time you can literally see he is floating into this timeline, and he can see Marv, his little daughter, Marv roams through everything, like every moment of his daughter, like he can see through that. So that's because he is in the 40 dimensions. So he can transcend everything. So that's the movie showcase about the dimensions. And but according to the movie, it's a higher dimensional beings capture him and put him in the tesseract and let him arrange what he needs to do. But he's not allowed to change the past or to escape from the future, anything. But he can go through every moment. He can see everything. And but the most fascinating thing is that he can't that like you said, we can't see each other. So he can see his daughter, but his daughter can't see him. So he is the ghost. That whole time he's the ghost. So he can only communicate with the gravity. So that's how they communicate through gravity, and solve the equation from the quantum daters.
It should only have some illustration of they can actually see through our body. They didn't have that illustration. Well, it's
already complicated actually. Like the first time, if you watch the first time, then it will completely toast up your brain.
Well, you understand why they can believe, why they can see inside our body. We can actually depict in 2D. When you draw 2D on a flat surface on the paper, you draw a human like this, an outer layer of the human, and then the outer layer of the human on the paper is the skin of the human, of the 2D dimension, is the skin. They cannot see what's inside the circle. When you draw the human, you can do like this, or with the hands and the legs and everything, but they cannot see inside it. But we can see what's inside the body. Right? We can see what's inside the 2D dimensional creatures. That's the same way the 4D dimensional creatures can see through the 3D dimensional creature, and they can play everything inside your body, everything, and also the time too. But they cannot change the time.
Yeah.
Because the fourth dimension actually the time. Fourth dimension is the time, and the fifth dimension is the higher dimension. Well, in the movie Interstellar, he rushed into the tesseract, and that was the fifth dimension.
Yeah, that
they
was
mentioned in the video.
dimension.
They mentioned like that.
The way they mention they means the higher dimension. Beings.
Yeah. The fifth dimension people put him into the fourth dimension of people.
Yeah.
Four dimensions to see the third
dimensions. Yeah.
Like that. That's how I understand.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
And it's like whenever we explore these space and time and dimensions, like the deeper we go into the space, the reality, the more reality it becomes.
Yeah.
Because it's way too interesting. Yeah.
Well, yeah, these dimensions are, you can go on and forever. There's so many dimensions in there. So we can't even imagine how the higher dimension works, because that's not how our brains are limited. Our brain is limited to that.
It's like,
you cannot imagine
do not enter into this realm. If you enter, you will be disappear forever. Like you fall into the black hole.
You go nuts. You're crazy. You go crazy, something like that.
So it's beyond that. So maybe we will explore more and more about these kind of interesting things. Like maybe next time whether these aliens exist or not. Maybe about the UFO. That's also interesting things, right?
Well, about that, I'll give you a little bit of heads up. The aliens are already among us. Well, I'm just kidding. There are no actual aliens. If there is, they are too far from us, and I don't think they have actually reached our Earth. Yeah. We'll find out in that next
time
episode.
We'll go to area
51. Let's see. Let's see if there is actually aliens or not.
So,
I don't think so.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah. If you like these kind of episodes, like trying to stay focused on this channel and trying to subscribe and like our videos.
Yeah, thanks for joining us today, rocket science episode, and see you in next one.
Yes.